Good afternoon. This is All India Radio. I'm Anuja Kumar and with me is Reshma Tiwari with the Midday News. The headlines. Prime Minister expresses gratitude to Corona warriors, says country will emerge victorious as it did in the first wave of COVID-19. In his Man Ki Baat program, Prime Minister says social distancing, mask and vaccination are the only ways to win over COVID-19. Mr. Modi praises cryogenic tanker drivers, Air Force, Navy, Army and Railways for timely delivery of liquid oxygen during crisis. Mentions all women-driven Oxygen Express. Prime Minister lauds farmers for achieving record production even during the pandemic. India moves ahead with resolve, says Prime Minister on the completion of 7 years of NDA government. COVID-19 recovery rate improves to 91.25%, more than 21 crore COVID vaccine doses administered so far. Partial unlock in Delhi to begin from tomorrow, Madhya Pradesh to start unlock from 1st of June. Centre expands the scope of emergency credit line guarantee scheme to aid MSME sector amid disruption caused by the second wave of COVID-19. And in boxing, MC Mary Kom to face Kazakhstan's Nazim Kazaibayev in the summit clash of Asian Boxing Championships in Dubai today. As the number of COVID cases is on the rise, we appeal to our listeners not to lower their guard, take all precautions, and all those above 45 years of age who have taken the first dose of COVID-19 vaccine to get vaccinated with the second dose at the scheduled time. Stay safe and protected by following these 3 simple steps. Wear a face mask, maintain 2 gaz ki duri for social distancing, focus on hand and face hygiene. A national helpline is operational for providing COVID-related information and guidance to the people. The national helpline number is 011-2397-8046 or 1075. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has expressed gratitude to Corona warriors who played a major role in the fight against the second wave of COVID. He said delivering medical oxygen to remote parts of the country was indeed a huge task. Addressing the nation in his Man Ki Baat program in All India Radio, the Prime Minister said people have witnessed how India's doctors, nurses and frontline warriors have toiled day and night without bothering about themselves to tackle the second wave. He said the nation's resolve has always been stronger than any challenge it may face.
मेरे प्यारे देशवासियों, चुनौती कितनी ही बड़ी हो, भारत का विजय का संकल्प भी हमेशा उतना ही बड़ा रहा है। देश की सामूहिक शक्ति और हमारे सेवा भाव ने देश को हर तूफान से बाहर निकाला है। हाल के दिनों में हमने देखा है कि कैसे हमारे डॉक्टर्स, नर्सेस और फ्रंटलाइन वॉरियर्स उन्होंने खुद की चिंता छोड़कर दिन रात काम किया और आज भी कर रहे हैं। इस सब के बीच कई लोग ऐसे भी हैं जिनकी कोरोना की सेकेंड वेव से लड़ने में बहुत बड़ी भूमिका रही है।
The Prime Minister urged everyone to follow social distancing and wear masks and get themselves vaccinated. Mr. Modi said when demand for oxygen surged all of a sudden during the second wave, cryogenic tanker drivers, Oxygen Express and Air Force pilots worked on a war footing to save the lives of hundreds of thousands of people.
साथियों, जब सेकंड वेव आई, अचानक से ऑक्सीजन की मांग कई गुना बढ़ गई। तो बहुत बड़ा चैलेंज था। मेडिकल ऑक्सीजन का देश के दूर सुदूर हिस्सों तक पहुंचाना अपने आप में बड़ी चुनौती थी। ऑक्सीजन टैंकर ज्यादा तेज चले, छोटी सी भी भूल हो तो उसमें बहुत बड़े विस्फोट का खतरा होता है। इंडस्ट्रियल ऑक्सीजन का उत्पादन करने वाले काफी प्लांट देश के पूर्वी हिस्सों में हैं। वहां से दूसरे राज्यों में ऑक्सीजन पहुंचाने के लिए भी कई दिन का समय लगता है। देश के सामने आई इस चुनौती में देश की मदद की क्रायोजेनिक टैंकर चलाने वाले ड्राइवर्स ने, ऑक्सीजन एक्सप्रेस ने, एयरफोर्स के पायलट्स ने, ऐसे अनेकों लोगों ने युद्ध स्तर पर काम करके हजारों लाखों लोगों का जीवन बचाया।
The Prime Minister spoke to Dinesh Upadhyay from Jaunpur. PM lauded him for saving the lives of people.
मन की बात में हमारे साथ ऐसे ही एक साथी जुड़ रहे हैं यूपी के जौनपुर के रहने वाले श्रीमान दिनेश उपाध्याय जी। दिनेश जी नमस्कार।
सर जी प्रणाम। सर हमारा नाम दिनेश बाबुलनाथ उपाध्याय है।
और आप क्या करते हैं?
सर मैं ऑक्सीजन का टैंकर चलाता हूँ, लिक्विड ऑक्सीजन का। सर 15 से 17 साल हो गया सर मैं ऑक्सीजन का टैंकर चलाता हूँ।
अच्छा, आप ये 15-17 साल से सिर्फ ऑक्सीजन लेके जाते हैं तो सिर्फ ट्रक ड्राइवर नहीं है, आप एक प्रकार से लाखों का जीवन बचाने में लगे हैं।
सर हमारा काम ही ऐसा है सर ऑक्सीजन टैंकर का कि हमारी जो कंपनी है आइनॉक्स कंपनी, वो भी हमारा लोग का बहुत ख्याल करती है और हम लोग कहीं भी जाके ऑक्सीजन खाली करते हैं तो हमें बहुत खुशी मिलती है।
The Prime Minister lauded Indian Railways for facilitating transport of oxygen. Oxygen Express had transported large quantities of oxygen to all corners of the country faster than oxygen tankers travelling by road. He spoke to Sirisha Gajni, a loco-pilot of Oxygen Express, and said it is a matter of pride that one Oxygen Express is being fully run by women. He spoke to Sirisha Gajni, the loco-pilot of Oxygen Express.
वास्तव में ये लड़ाई इतनी बड़ी है कि इसमें रेलवे की ही तरह हमारा देश जल, थल, नभ तीनों मार्गों से काम कर रहा है। एक और खाली टैंकर्स को एयरफोर्स के विमानों द्वारा ऑक्सीजन प्लांट तक पहुंचाने का काम हो रहा है। दूसरी ओर नए ऑक्सीजन प्लांट बनाने का काम भी पूरा किया जा रहा है। साथ ही विदेशों से ऑक्सीजन कॉन्सेंट्रेटर्स और क्रायोजेनिक टैंकर्स भी देश में लाए जा रहे हैं। इसलिए इसमें नेवी भी लगी, एयरफोर्स भी लगी, आर्मी भी लगी और डीआरडीओ जैसी हमारी संस्थाएं भी जुटी हैं।
Mr. Modi also highlighted the important role being played by the Navy, Air Force, Army and institutions like DRDO. He said this type of disaster has hit the world in 100 years and therefore no one had any prior experience in dealing with the calamity. He spoke to Group Captain Patnaik from the Air Force on this issue.
हमारे साथ हमारी एयरफोर्स के ग्रुप कैप्टन पटनायक जी जुड़ रहे हैं। पटनायक जी जय हिंद।
सर जय हिंद। सर मैं ग्रुप कैप्टन ए.के. पटनायक हूँ, वायुसेना स्टेशन हिंडन से बात कर रहा हूँ।
पटनायक जी, कोरोना से लड़ाई के दौरान आप बहुत बड़ी जिम्मेवारी संभाल रहे हैं। दुनिया भर में जाकर के टैंकर लाना, टैंकर यहाँ पहुंचाना। मैं जानना चाहूंगा कि एक फौजी के नाते एक अलग प्रकार का काम आपने किया है। मरने मारने के लिए दौड़ना होता है, आज आप जिंदगी बचाने के लिए दौड़ रहे हैं। कैसा अनुभव हो रहा है?
सर इस संकट के समय में हमारे देशवासियों को मदद कर सकते हैं, ये हमारे लिए बहुत ही सौभाग्य का काम है सर। और ये जो भी हमें मिशन मिले हैं हम बखूबी से उसको निभा रहे हैं। हमारी ट्रेनिंग और सपोर्ट सर्विसेज जो है हमारी पूरी मदद कर रहे हैं। और सबसे बड़ी चीज है सर, इसमें जो हमें जॉब सेटिस्फैक्शन मिल रही है वो बहुत ही हाई लेवल पे है और इसी की वजह से हम कंटिन्यूअस ऑपरेशन कर पा रहे हैं।
The Prime Minister said there are countless frontline workers engaged in the work of sample collection for COVID testing. He called it an example of human service. He spoke to a lab technician in Delhi, Prakash Kandpal, who detailed his experience so far.
कोरोना के जीवाणुओं के बीच में रहना ही पड़ता है, सामने से जाना पड़ता है, तो ये अपने आप में एक जिंदगी को संकट में डालने वाला मामला रहता है, तो परिवार को चिंता होना बहुत स्वाभाविक है। लेकिन फिर भी ये लैब टेक्नीशियन का काम सामान्य संजोगों में एक है और ऐसी पैंडेमिक स्थिति में दूसरा है, और वो आप कर रहे हैं तो काम के घंटे भी बहुत बढ़ गए होंगे। अपनी सुरक्षा के लिए भी सावधानी रखते हैं कि नहीं रखते हैं?
जो सारे प्रोटोकॉल हैं वो इंटरनेशनल स्टैंडर्ड के हैं। हम त्रिस्तरीय जो हमारी पोशाक है उसमें हम जाते हैं लैब में और उसी में हम काम करते हैं और उसका पूरा डिस्कार्डिंग का, लेबलिंग का और उनको टेस्टिंग का एक पूरा प्रोटोकॉल है, तो उस प्रोटोकॉल के तहत काम करते हैं। तो सर ये भी ईश्वर की कृपा है कि मेरा परिवार और मेरे जानने वाले अधिकतर जो अभी तक इस संक्रमण से बचे हुए हैं। तो एक चीज है कि अगर आप सावधानी रखते हैं और संयम बरतते हैं तो आप थोड़ा बहुत इससे बचे रह सकते हैं।
प्रकाश जी, आप जैसे हजारों लोग पिछले एक साल से लैब में बैठे हैं और इतनी जहमत कर रहे हैं।
The Prime Minister said that even in this pandemic, country's farmers have achieved a record production of food grains.
क्या आपको पता है इस महामारी में भी किसानों ने रिकॉर्ड उत्पादन किया, तो इस बार देश ने रिकॉर्ड फसल खरीदी भी की। इस बार कई जगहों पर तो सरसों के लिए किसानों को एमएसपी से भी ज्यादा भाव मिला है। रिकॉर्ड खाद्यान्न उत्पादन की वजह से ही हमारा देश हर देशवासी को संबल प्रदान कर पा रहा है। आज इस संकट काल में 80 करोड़ गरीबों को मुफ्त राशन उपलब्ध कराया जा रहा है, ताकि गरीब के घर में भी कभी ऐसा दिन न आए जब चूल्हा न जले। साथियों, आज हमारे देश के किसान कई क्षेत्रों में नई व्यवस्थाओं का लाभ उठाकर कमाल कर रहे हैं।
Mr. Modi gave the example of farmers of Agartala who produced a very good jackfruit harvest and the Shahi Lychee of Bihar. In 2018, the government gave GI tag to Shahi Lychee so that its identity would be reinforced and the farmers would get more benefits. This year, the Shahi Lychee of Bihar was sent to London by air. The Prime Minister said that from east to west, north to south, India is full of such unique flavors and products. The Prime Minister said recently, India confronted natural disasters with fortitude. In the past 10 days, the country faced two major cyclones, Cyclone Taukte and Cyclone Yas, affecting a number of states. He commended people of the cyclone-affected states for displaying courage, patience and discipline.
देश पूरी ताकत के साथ कोविड-19 के खिलाफ लड़ रहा है। पिछले 100 वर्षों में यह सबसे बड़ी महामारी है और इसी पैंडेमिक के बीच भारत ने अनेक प्राकृतिक आपदाओं का भी डटकर मुकाबला किया है। इस दौरान साइक्लोन अम्फान आया, साइक्लोन निसर्ग आया, अनेक राज्यों में बाढ़ आई, छोटे बड़े अनेक भूकंप आए, भूस्खलन हुए। अभी पिछले 10 दिनों में ही देश ने फिर 2 बड़े साइक्लोन्स का सामना किया। पश्चिमी तट पर साइक्लोन ताउते और पूर्वी कोस्ट पर साइक्लोन यास। इन दोनों चक्रवातों ने कई राज्यों को प्रभावित किया है। देश और देश की जनता इनसे पूरी ताकत से लड़ी और कम से कम जानहानि सुनिश्चित की। हम अभी अनुभव करते हैं कि पहले के वर्षों की तुलना में ज्यादा से ज्यादा लोगों की जान बचा पा रहे हैं।
Today also marks the completion of 7 years of the Narendra Modi government. The Prime Minister said over these years the country has followed the mantra of Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas.
इन वर्षों में देश सबका साथ, सबका विकास, सबका विश्वास के मंत्र पर चला है। देश की सेवा में हर क्षण समर्पित भाव से हम सभी ने काम किया है। इन 7 वर्षों में जो कुछ भी उपलब्धि रही है वो देश की रही, देशवासियों की रही है। कितने ही राष्ट्रीय गौरव के क्षण हमने इन वर्षों में साथ मिलकर अनुभव किए हैं। जब हम ये देखते हैं कि अब भारत दूसरे देशों की सोच और उनके दबाव में नहीं, अपने संकल्प से चलता है, तो हम सबको गर्व होता है। जब हम देखते हैं कि अब भारत अपने खिलाफ साजिश करने वालों को मुंहतोड़ जवाब देता है, तो हमारा आत्मविश्वास और बढ़ता है। जब भारत राष्ट्रीय सुरक्षा के मुद्दों पर समझौता नहीं करता, जब हमारी सेनाओं की ताकत बढ़ती है, तो हमें लगता है कि हाँ, हम सही रास्ते पर हैं।
The Prime Minister thanked the citizens for writing letters to him, especially people from far corners of the country who tell him that they received electricity, tap water, roads and houses due to his government's schemes. In Telangana, many people felt that Prime Minister Narendra Modi's words of praise for COVID warriors has increased confidence among people. Swapna from Karimnagar says PM's today's Mann Ki Baat highlighted the need for united efforts against COVID.
मैं सपना करीमनगर से अभी प्रधानमंत्री जी श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी की बातें सुनी। उनकी बातों से हमारा मनोबल और मजबूत हो गया। हमारी सहायता के लिए देश के जवान सीमा के साथ साथ हमारी स्थिति में भी सहायता कर रहे हैं। डॉक्टर है जो रात दिन एक कर रहे हैं, ट्रक ड्राइवर हो या इंजन ड्राइवर, सहायता के लिए सभी तत्पर एकजुट होकर खड़े हैं। इससे हमें भी मनोबल प्राप्त होता है। इसलिए हमारे देश के लिए एक गाना जो तैयार किया है, साथी हाथ बढ़ाना, एक अकेला थक जाएगा मिलकर बोझ उठाना, जो आज हम सब मिलकर खुशी से बोझ नहीं अपनी अपनी जिम्मेदारियों के साथ निभा रहे हैं।
Siddharth from Bupalapalli says the Prime Minister has given due recognition to those who are working to ensure oxygen supply during his speech.
This is really very good and important path to build confidence in the warriors, not only warriors, their families also. These critical times, government is running Kisan Rails for farmers' welfare. It is very helpful to the farmers and protect their crops also. The government is providing tap connection each and every household in the rural areas under Jal Jeevan Mission scheme. It is very essential present corona pandemic period because cleanliness is most important to lead healthy life. These critical times also government doing good job to provide tap connection. It is good effort by the government.
Home Minister Amit Shah has congratulated Prime Minister Narendra Modi on the completion of 7 years of the central government, which was full of unprecedented achievements. In a tweet, Mr. Shah said, Mr. Modi government has presented a unique example of parallel coordination of development, security, public welfare and historical reforms. Mr. Shah thanked the people for expressing their unwavering faith on Prime Minister Narendra Modi's service and dedication in the last 7 years. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh said, NDA government under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi has completed 7 years and a new chapter in public service, public welfare, development, good governance and reform has been written in these years. BJP President JP Nadda today addressed Seva Hi Sangathan program on the occasion of completion of 2 years of second term of Modi government. He also flagged off COVID relief material for Delhi on the occasion. In his address, Mr. Nadda said, Narendra Modi government is completing 7 years today at the centre and the BJP is celebrating it as Seva Divas. Taking on the opposition, he said, some people will continue to accuse us. The BJP chief said those making noise about COVID vaccine availability now are the ones who earlier raised doubts about jabs.
हम सब लोग यह भी जानते हैं कि प्रधानमंत्री जी ने देश को जो इन 7 वर्षों में मजबूती प्रदान की है वह उल्लेखनीय भी है और सच में देश को दुनिया में स्थापित करते हुए भारत के नाम को आगे बढ़ाना इस काम को बखूबी प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में ये कार्य संभव हो पाया। मैं आज उनके 7 वर्ष पूरे होने पर उनको जहां बधाई देता हूं वहीं ईश्वर से प्रार्थना करता हूं कि उनको लंबी उम्र मिले, वो लंबे समय भारत की इसी तरीके से सेवा करें और हर दृष्टि से भारत को आगे बढ़ाने में जो उन्होंने आत्मनिर्भर भारत का सपना को पूरा करना तय किया है उसमें हम सब लोग उनके साथ मिलकर के इसको साकार करें।
You're listening to the Midday News on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Prime Minister expresses gratitude to Corona warriors, says country will emerge victorious as it did in the first wave of COVID-19. In his Mann Ki Baat program, Prime Minister says social distancing, mask and vaccination are the only ways to win over COVID-19. Mr. Modi praises cryogenic tanker drivers, Air Force, Navy, Army and Railways for timely delivery of liquid oxygen during crisis. Mentions all-women-driven Oxygen Express. Prime Minister lauds farmers for achieving record production even during the pandemic. India moves ahead with resolve, says Prime Minister on the completion of 7 years of NDA government. COVID-19 recovery rate improves to 91.25%, more than 21 crore COVID vaccine doses administered so far. Partial unlock in Delhi to begin from tomorrow, Madhya Pradesh to start unlock from June 1st. Centre expands the scope of emergency credit line guarantee scheme to aid MSME sector amid disruption caused by the second wave of COVID-19. And in boxing, MC Mary Kom to face Kazakhstan's Nazim Khaizabay in the summit clash of Asian Boxing Championships in Dubai today. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle @AIR News Alerts. चलो मिलकर एक शुरुआत करें, चलो एक फैसला आज करें, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे, चलो एक इरादा करते हैं, चलो खुद से वादा करते हैं, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे. Welcome back to the Midday News on All India Radio. For the 17th consecutive day today, the number of discharged COVID-19 patients outnumbered the number of new cases. Over 276,000 patients recovered from the disease, and in the same time span, 165,553 fresh cases were recorded. With this, the recovery rate in the country has improved to 91.25%.
It was lowest in the last 46 days. Active COVID-19 cases in the country continue to witness consistent decline and comprise nearly 7.58% of the total reported cases. The daily positivity rate remained at around 8%. It was below the 10% mark for the sixth consecutive day. Active cases in the country stands at over 21 lakh. The Health Ministry has informed that 3,460 COVID-related deaths were reported in the last 24 hours, taking the cumulative toll to 3,25,972. India has crossed a major landmark with administration of more than 21 crore cumulative COVID vaccine doses so far. The Union Health Ministry said that more than 30,35,000 vaccine doses were given in the country in the last 24 hours, out of which nearly 26 lakh beneficiaries were given the first dose, whereas around 4 lakh beneficiaries received their second dose of the vaccine. The ministry said more than 14 lakh beneficiaries in the age group of 18 to 44 years received their first dose of COVID vaccine in the last 24 hours, and nearly 10,000 beneficiaries of the same age group received their second dose of vaccine.
Delhi Disaster Management Authority DDMA has extended the curfew on the movement of individuals in the National Capital Territory except for essential activities till 5 a.m. of the 7th of the next month. In an order issued yesterday evening, the DDMA said, starting from this Monday, relaxation has been given for operations of manufacturing and production units within closed premises in approved industrial areas. Additionally, it said construction activities within their work sites will also be allowed outside the containment zones during the curfew period. The unlock process in Madhya Pradesh is beginning from June the 1st. For this, the state government has issued a guideline. More from our correspondent.
According to the state government, there will be separate unlock guidelines for the districts with more than 5% infection and less than 5% infection in the state. Indore, Bhopal, Sagar and Morena districts of the states have more than 5% infection, so there are chemist, ration shops, grocery, fruit, vegetable, dairy, flour mill and animal feed. In urban areas of these districts, shops will not open more than 25%. These shops will be open only till 6 p.m. At the same time, 50% shops will be open in urban areas with less than 5% positivity rate. A maximum of 10 people will be allowed to be present at the funeral. The wedding program will be able to have a maximum of 20 people from both sides. Rashid Ahmed Khan, AIR News, Bhopal.
Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar has announced a series of relief measures, including monthly financial assistance for the children who have lost both their parents, in which one of them died due to COVID-19. In a tweet, Mr. Kumar said such children will get assistance of 15,000 rupees per month till they turn 18. This assistance will be given under Children Assistance Scheme, Bal Sahayata Yojana. Orphan children will be taken care in child care homes. Girls will be admitted in Kasturba Gandhi Children's School on priority basis. In an innovative measure, Bruhat Bengaluru Mahanagarpalike has permitted an aerial spray of chemical-free, human-safe Ayurved-based sanitizing solution in Bengaluru tomorrow to arrest the growth of COVID-19 virus. Sugaradhana Organic Antimicrobial Concentrate will be used as a disinfectant. A team of scientists and engineers from Stanford University, IITs and AIIMS have developed the concentrate under the banner of Persepian Innovations. The concentrate is tested and verified by ICMR. We have more from our correspondent.
Bruhat Bengaluru Mahanagarapalike has initiated this project to disinfect Bengaluru city of microbes through aerial spraying using the innovative Sugaradhana Organic Antimicrobial Concentrate that is proven safer, better and effective against viruses, bacteria and other pathogens. As a pilot project, the organic liquid will be suspended in air for a longer time from low altitude with the help of an aeroplane. The spray will reduce the contamination in the air and help arrest the spread of COVID virus. The State Revenue Minister R. Ashoka has informed that the aerial spray of Sugaradhana Organic Antimicrobial Concentrate will be done tomorrow morning over market areas where people congregate in large numbers. He said that Pollution Control Board officials will monitor the spraying. If proven effective, the spraying will be taken up on large areas in the city. Sudhindra, AIR News, Bengaluru.
An educator from Mumbai is the talk of the town after she raised funds to the tune of 40 lakh rupees to pay the fee of more than 200 students. Shirley Pillai, principal of Powai English High School, started the fundraising campaign in August 2020 after the COVID-19 induced lockdown was in effect. Here's a report from our correspondent.
Talking to AIR, Ms. Shirley Pillai said that after deciding to raise funds for the students, she made an appeal in a local newspaper. However, the name of the school which was going through hardship was not revealed. Later, she sent letters of appeal to various corporate companies. The letters evinced response as many people came forward to donate. A managing director of a corporate firm donated 6 lakh rupees to the school after he saw a WhatsApp message. She said the fund goes directly to the account of the school, the fees of students are paid and donors are given a receipt. Kunal Shinde, AIR News, Mumbai.
The centre today further expanded the scope of the Emergency Credit Line Guarantee Scheme, ECLGS, amid the economic disruption caused by the second wave of COVID-19 pandemic to aid micro, small and medium enterprises, MSMEs sector. The ministry said under ECLG 4.0, 100% guarantee cover will be extended to loans of up to 2 crore given to hospitals, nursing homes, clinics, medical colleges for setting up of on-site oxygen generation plants. The Finance Ministry said interest rate has been capped at 7.5% for the same. The civil aviation sector will be eligible under ECLGS 3.0. The ministry said validity of ECLGS extended to September 30th this year or till guarantees for an amount of 3 lakh crore rupees are issued. The current ceiling of 500 crore rupees of loan outstanding for eligibility under ECLGS 3.0 will be removed subject to maximum additional ECLGS assistance to each borrower being limited to 40% or 200 crore rupees. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu has greeted people of Goa on the Statehood Day today. He said, known for its hospitality and warm-hearted people, Goa has contributed greatly to our national development, especially through culture and tourism. Home Minister Amit Shah also greeted people of Goa on their Statehood Day.
Six-time world champion MC Mary Kom will face Kazakhstan's Nazaim Kazaibe in the summit clash of Asian Boxing Championships in Dubai today. She stormed into the final of the women's 51 kg category with a 4-1 win against Mongolia's Latsai Khan Altatsetseg. There are 3 more Indian women boxers in contention for gold medal. They include Lal Buatsai in 64 kg, Pooja Rani in 75 kg and Anupama in plus 81 kg category. Indian male boxers Amit Pangal, Shiva Thapa and Sanjeet have also reached the finals of Asian Boxing Championship. However, national champion Varinder Singh and Vikas Krishnan Yadav finished with bronze medal. The Board of Control for Cricket in India, BCCI, has announced that the remaining matches of the Indian Premier League IPL 2021 will be played in the United Arab Emirates in September-October this year. The dates are yet to be announced. Now let us take a look at the weather today. National capital Delhi is having partly cloudy sky with possibility of development of thunder lightning. Maximum temperature will be around 39 degrees Celsius. Minimum was 25 degrees. Mumbai is having generally cloudy sky with light rain or drizzle. Chennai is witnessing partly cloudy sky. Kolkata is having partly cloudy sky with possibility of development of thunder lightning. Srinagar has mainly clear sky. It may become partly cloudy towards afternoon or evening. Jammu is also having mainly clear sky, becoming partly cloudy towards afternoon or evening. Leh is having partly cloudy sky. Upper limit of temperature will be around 22 degrees from minimum of 8 degrees Celsius. Gilgit is also having partly cloudy sky. Temperature will move from a minimum of 19 to a maximum of 37 degrees Celsius. And in Muzaffarabad, sky is mainly clear, becoming partly cloudy towards afternoon or evening. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister expresses gratitude to Corona warriors, says country will emerge victorious as it did in the first wave of COVID-19. In his Man Ki Baat program, Prime Minister says social distancing, mask and vaccination are the only ways to win over COVID-19. Mr. Modi praises cryogenic tanker drivers, Air Force, Navy, Army and Railways for timely delivery of liquid oxygen during crisis. Mentions all women-driven Oxygen Express. Prime Minister lauds farmers for achieving record production even during the pandemic. India moves ahead with resolve, says Prime Minister, on the completion of 7 years of NDA government. COVID-19 recovery rate improves to 91.25%, more than 21 crore COVID vaccine doses administered so far. Partial unlock in Delhi to begin from tomorrow, Madhya Pradesh to start unlock from 1st of June. Centre expands the scope of emergency credit line guarantee scheme to aid MSME sector amid disruption caused by the second wave of COVID-19. And in boxing, MC Mary Kom to face Kazakhstan's Nazaim Kazaibe in Summit Clash of Asian Boxing Championships in Dubai today. And with that, we end the Midday News.